Hello, everyone. We are going to continue our examples from section 4.5. So please take a look at number 6, and I want you to go ahead and try this on your own. There's several parts to it, but right now just go ahead and read this over and see if you can just set up what is necessary for the calculations for part A. So pause the video in order to do that. Okay, if you need more time, pause the video again. In this example, we're told a parent-teacher committee consisting of 4 people is to be formed from 20 parents and 5 teachers. Here we want to find the probability. Again, that's the main idea for this section, is we're asked to find the probability, and we're still using these counting rules. So find the probability that the committee will consist of these people. Assume that the selection will be random. So if we want the committee to be made up of all teachers, again, we would have a fraction. Again, this is involving combinations. So the committee has 4 people. There's 20 parents and 5 teachers. So if we started with the teachers, there's 5 teachers to pick from. We want all 4 to be from that. Now, technically, we don't want any of the parents. So you really don't have to write out that combination. Or if you chose to do so, that would be from 20 parents, but we're choosing none of them. So anytime it's a combination of some number, choose 0, it's always going to equal a 1. And then we'll divide by, we have 25 people altogether, and we're picking 4. So go ahead and type this in on your calculator. We'll see what you're getting. I'm just going to turn all of these just into fractions. So hopefully you're coming up with, I'll pause the video if you haven't finished that part yet, 1 over 2,530. Part B, related to this problem, we want the committee to be made up of 2 teachers and 2 parents. Pause the video to set that up. All right, so again, if we start with our fraction, let's start with the teachers. We have 5 of them to pick from. We're choosing 2, and we want 2 parents from the 20, so a combination of 20, choose 2, and again, over a combination of 25, choose 4. Go ahead and calculate that. And hopefully you're getting 38 over 253. Part C, what if we want this committee to be all parents? Again, pause the video to set this up. And hopefully you're coming up with, again, if we started with the teachers, 5 teachers, we don't want to choose any, so 5, choose 0. And then of the parents, we would want from the 20, pick 4. And again, a combination of 25, choose 4 for the denominator. Go ahead and calculate that. We should be getting 969 over 2530. And then the last part, 1 teacher and 3 parents. Pause the video if you need more time. So 1 teacher from the 5, so a combination of 5, choose 1, times from the 20 parents, pick 3, all over the combination of 25, choose 4, and we should be getting 114 over 253. And again, you can turn these into decimals. Either is really acceptable. Okay, let's take a look at another example. Please take the time, pause the video to write this out, read it over. But in this example, the composition of the Senate of the 111th Congress is 41 Republicans. Sometimes it's helpful if it's just kind of color-coded or underlined here. 2 independent and 57 Democrats. A new committee is formed to study ways to benefit the arts and education. If 3 senators are selected at random to head the committee, what is the probability that they will all be Republicans? Now, since we have 3 categories here, we're just going to set up 3 multiplication parts in our numerator. So again, just like before, we'll have a fraction. So let's start with the Republicans. We want them to all be Republicans, so we're picking 3 of them. So from the 41 Republicans, we're going to choose 3. That just means from the other 2, we're not going to pick any. So you don't necessarily have to write them, or we could say from the 2 independent, pick 0. From the 57 Democrats, pick 0. But then this would all be over if we totaled 41, 2, and 57. That's 100. And then choose 3. So go ahead and calculate that. All right, so for this, we're getting 533 over 8,085. Now for this, I just want to turn this into a decimal, so roughly about 0.066. So 6.6% chance of this happening. What's the probability that they will all be Democrats? So very, very similar situation here, that from the 41 Republicans, we're not picking any. From the 2 independents, we're not picking any. But from the 57 Democrats, we're picking 3. And again, over 100, choose 3. For this, you should be getting 19 out of 105. That we could kind of reason through. That's very close to 19 out of 100. So it's actually 18.1%, but we would have an idea of that percentage probability. And then what is the probability that there will be 1 from each part, including the independent? Here we definitely need all 3. So from the Republicans, we choose 1. From the independents of 2, we choose 1. And from the 57 Democrats, we choose 1. All over, still the 100, choose 3. So calculating this, we should get 779 over 26,950. Okay, let's take a look at example 8. So very similar here. If you wish to pause the video to give this a try, feel free to. At a recent graduation at a naval flight school, 18 Marines, 10 members of the Navy, and 3 members of the Coast Guard got their wings. Choose 3 pilots at random to feature on a training brochure. Find the probability that there will be 1 of each, no members of the Navy, and then all 3 Marines. Again, pause the video if you need more time. For the first one, again, we would have our fraction, 1 of each. So from the Marines, 18, choose 1. From the Navy, 10, choose 1. And then from the Coast Guard, 3, choose 1. And then this is all over a combination of 31, choose 3. All right, once you calculated that, you should get 108 out of 899. 0 members of the Navy really means we don't have to include that, but again, we can still write that. So I'm actually going to start with that. Let's start with the 10 from the Navy, and we're not going to choose any. Now, it doesn't say how many Marines or members from the Coast Guard we're going to be looking at, so we're going to group those together. We just have 21 other individuals that we're going to choose the 3 from. And again, over the combination 31, choose 3. And then this would give us 266 out of 899. And then that all 3 are Marines. So from the 18 Marines, we could choose 3. We could still show the other 2 of a combination of 10, choose 0, times a combination of 3, choose 0, or we could show a combination of 13, choose 0. We don't really need any of that. And then this would just be from 31, choose 3. And we're looking at 816 over 4,495. So you can see the similarities in all of these examples so far. And then just one more. Again, pause the video to give this a try. All right, so this also sounds very similar to the other problems we were looking at. So here we would have the combination. So we have 3 science books we're choosing from 8. So it would be the combination of 8, choose 3. And then the 4 math books from 9. So 9, choose 4. Combining those, that's 17 books altogether, choose 7. And then this should give us 882 over 2431, 2,431. All right, so combined with yesterday's lesson, you guys are set now to work on worksheet 4.5. So you'll have today and tomorrow. I'll show you the answers tomorrow. And then this is wrapping up chapter 4 now. So also starting tomorrow, I'll give you guys a chapter 4 review. I think we're going to look at the chapter 4 test. We'll say next Thursday. We'll get this in before the end of the 9 weeks here. So chapter 4 test will be next Thursday. We'll still review into Monday, Tuesday, and then quite possibly get a head start on chapter 5. As always, take care. Let me know if you guys have any questions.